Greetings, everyone. This is Muhammad Mubeen,
And this is Masood Ahmed.
and for today we're gonna start our podcast talking about the exchange experiences that we both are having right now, being in USA and Canada. So let's start, Masood, and let's talk about the experience that we're actually having. Um,
Sure. So, yeah, let me just give you guys a brief history about our exchange. So, we both are from the University of Hong Kong, back in Hong Kong. Right now, we are doing our current semester on exchange, and Mubin is on exchange to Northeastern in USA, while
mhm,
Masood Ahmed is on exchange in Queens in Canada. So currently, the exchange has been, I would say, a fruitful experience. Apart from academics, there have been many opportunities for us to explore.
mhm,
For example, the culture of Canada and how the locals are here, and about different different experiences related to like job market as well. So like,
mhm.
we both have chosen our respective countries, looking at our
Yeah.
coming futures, right? So like, we both are thinking about doing masters or like doing jobs uh, in future in probably in Canada, Australia, or like USA. So that is one of the reasons we ended up doing exchange in these countries. So yeah.
Yeah, so exactly. Let's break down this thing into like one subcategory of why we chose our destinations and how do people choose their destinations for their exchange trips. For me, like USA was like the first priority for a education trip because like before even I wanted to come into USA for my undergrad. Um, I wasn't able to, but like somehow I did get into like HKU, and then like HKU good provides you a very good opportunity to go abroad, study for a semester or two, and then and explore your things, explore the market and everything. Um, Basically, people usually go exchange for tourism purposes because they want to explore the culture and stuff. For me, and I guess for Masood as well, we were very much career oriented as well as like we were more oriented to the culture as well, but like our main objective was career, and that's why I particularly chose USA because USA is one big IT market. In fact, it there's a very huge IT prospect in here. They're like very good tech companies, which I actually missed in Hong Kong because in Hong Kong it's mostly financial companies. In US, I do get a glimpse of finance integrated with tech, but I also get a very huge chunk of experience in tech sector because like they're like very huge big tech companies that they who are actually really famous out there. Like we have Spotify, we have Amazon, a lot of big huge companies which are not located in Hong Kong, but even though if they have their presence, they're not like operating for tech wise. So USA gave me this big opportunity as well as like I want to pursue my higher education somewhere abroad, and I'm mostly into research, and USA being a research hub in STEM related activities, it provides a very huge opportunity for me. So that's why I actually chose this part. um, like I guess Masood, you chose Canada for a similar reason as well because it's the proximity to USA, Canada being like having a lot of opportunities in terms of tech and like living wise, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, you were like true. Like for me, choosing Canada or like choosing a Western country at the moment was that like I have a plans of pursuing higher education similar to yours in those countries. So I wanted to see like if there are any opportunities or scholarships which I can know beforehand and I can prepare for them before prepare myself for those opportunities. So
Mm,
that was one of the reasons that I ended up choosing these countries. Apart from that, if I want to pursue my higher education or like if I want to do a job in future in these countries, I wanted to like acclimate myself or like I wanted to know like what's the culture in these areas, how local street people around, or like is it suitable for me to like stay there for a longer time, or would I be like bored there or
mhm.
left out in short. So that is
Yeah.
the reason that I thought like this 4 months gives these 4 months give me a great opportunity like to meet local
Mhm.
people and have a short observation about how their mindset is and whether it would be suitable for me to like pursue a career in future in those areas. Apart from that, like as HQ provides you an opportunity like to go to a different country for an exchange, then I would say why not? Like
Why not, Mary Jan?
and even they provide scholarship for like exchange. So why not like go to a different country and like relax yourself for a while? Because to be
Mhm.
honest, studies in HQ are quite like quite hard and quite stressful. So a semester off, not off, but a semester in which like you are relaxed and you don't have to worry about your grades or something is a good opportunity to go for, I would say. And I would
So
recommend
Masood,
juniors or like people all around the world who have such opportunities to avail it. And
mhm,
lastly, like there are some hard courses in HKU, to be honest. If
mhm,
I'm speaking frankly, I wanted to do those courses in a different country so that I can pass and fail them instead of getting a GPA or something, which might affect my
so
GPA in long term. Well, yeah, these are a couple of the reasons that I ended up being going for an exchange in Canada.
so
Uh,
Masood, are you relaxed? Like your one big objective was to get relaxed. Are you relaxed right now in Canada?
to be honest, I'm more than relaxed right now,
Oh,
uh,
are you?
and I would say I have become lazy.
You're becoming lazy. I don't see a glimpse of being lazy from Masood. Literally, he's like on his toes every time. So no, I don't think so.
Well, like,
So
I'm doing something on the side, but that's
hmm,
nothing related to like HKU or academics. It's
yeah,
something else, and
interesting.
that's more like
So
I just do those things for my hobby or for my own personal interest.
mhm.
To be honest,
Yeah, we can like it's a very good time to pursue our personal goals. Like do some projects or do some personal projects and start something that's out of academics. Because like we just have to care about passing the courses. That's it. But
yeah,
that's
that's so
this
true.
is one big opportunity indeed. So yeah, so I
Yeah.
want to just continue to something else. Like
No, I
um
can I can like
when
continue on this. So yeah.
yeah yeah
So,
yeah.
like, okay, you are in Northeastern. So a basic question in my mind would be like how HKU is different from Northeastern, or how what is the I would say the change or shift in the academics in Western area and in Eastern side, Asian side.
The shift has been immense. I like honestly, Hong Kong was really tough. In terms of academics, they were blasting us with like very difficult assignments and stuff. They were like it was something that was like it was very difficult to deal with. But in here, like I do think like the frequency of assignments are more. We do get a lot of project. It's more project based. I don't find it as much challenging as Hong Kong because there it's like I can do the assignment on my own. While in Hong Kong, we all used to sit together, and at the end of the day, we were unable to complete the entire thing, and that was the thing for us. We all
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
take
I
assignments
agree
from
on it.
all random sources. We used to use our use we used to literally drain all of our sources to get the answers, the correct answers, and then we used to submit it together. We used to do everything together. But here I can actually sit down, do things on my own. Even if there are things that I have to do with the group, I can do it alone as well here somehow. Because like I do find things getting easier in here. But what I love about Northeastern and universities in USA is that there is a very good teacher student bond. In fact, like you see a lot of participation happening in classes, which I never used to see in USA. Like I'm literally gonna tell you about one incident where I was in my discrete class, and there was one Indian professor, Professor Ravi, and then like we were literally doing the birthday paradox problem, right? Where the probability of getting like same birthdays of two people having same birthdays is greater than zero point 0.5 in a class in a sample space of like 30 students. We like all of us were like 60, 50, 54 students, right? And the professor asked us a question like every like he first asked us like who was born in January. Literally nobody raised his hand. He went till like the 11th months, and literally no one raised the hand, and literally no one participated. And at the end of the day, Like the professor desperately said, like, if you guys don't want to participate, so let it be then. To be honest, I since then I literally didn't see that energy in the professor as well. So that's the thing. People in Hong Kong are very shy. They don't participate a lot. Whereas in USA, I've seen people asking the dumbest question I've ever heard to the professor, and the professor literally smiling to him and answering that question. So I've seen that. But in Hong Kong, I haven't seen that thing, and that's why there was one big gap between the student and the professor. I have no idea how it went
Yeah,
in
and
Canada.
I think the major reason behind this is like there was a big gap because of like COVID. Because of COVID, there was shift in towards like online education, and there wasn't much interaction.
Mm,
This might be a case, but that's true. Like here, even in Canada, you see that people are asking questions, professors are like giving answers. Even after the class, they talk about different things, and it goes on. So it's one good thing in
yeah,
Canada, which is missing in, I would say, Hong Kong, as
yeah,
far as
we're
my
simply missing
observations.
this.
And
Yeah, we were simply missing this.
yeah, and apart from that, I would say, yeah, the education system here is more towards coursework or like
Mm,
projects, and it keeps you busy all the semester. Though it's easy,
yeah,
but you have all you every week you have something to do, and you're not like slacking off. While
yeah,
like in Hong Kong, it was like there were assignments, but there weren't too many assignments, so you had like a lot of time on your hands to pursue other things.
mm,
The assignments were hard, so I
yeah.
think this is major shift out there. Yeah,
Yeah, we used to take classes at the end of the day before the
or
deadline
a
of our
final
assignment. So
exams.
that's possibly our own fault as well, because
Yeah,
we didn't used to engage a lot in with the TAs or anything as well. So it's our fault as well. And I
yeah,
guess I'll be probably improving a lot after coming from US. At
same
probably I'll
like
be like on my toes because like I know how to study now, and that's pretty much late. But I do know from my US experience that that's how you keep yourself on your toes, and then you keep excelling and keep learning things.
yeah, as we say, better late
Yeah,
than never.
yeah,
It's
better
like
late than never.
when we meet in Hong Kong or back in Pakistan when you're coming,
Mm.
eh, you might see some changes in me as well.
Yeah, I guess we are gonna change a lot.
Yeah.
Probably every experience. That's the best thing about the experiences. It changes a personality a lot, and
That gives
that's gonna happen with us as well, I guess.
yeah, and that gives us another like reason for people who are hearing us that why you should go to exchange, because you will
Hmm.
get a chance to explore your other side. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So okay,
Yeah.
let's get out of academics. It's like
Yeah. I
too
wanna.
boring
I
at the
wanna.
moment.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanna get into another side. Masood, how did you find the people in Canada? Like, how did you find? How do you compare the culture in Canada as compared to Hong Kong? Like, how do you find the people? How
I
are they like? Like,
I think people here are a lot friendlier like than people in Hong Kong.
do they
Because like
randomly talk to you on streets?
yeah,
Like, they're like
let them
strangers will
let
just
me
come
talk
to
to you.
you and
How
then
was
they'll
the day?
quickly
Good
stalk you.
morning. Where are you going? Even doing the grocery, somebody behind you
Yo,
is
man. Hey,
hi. How are you?
yo, man. How you doing?
So yeah, and they're smiling. So basically, they're giving a good
Mhm.
vibe and they are welcoming. Uh,
Mm,
that's one thing that I appreciate. Uh,
yeah,
but if you see like people here are like they have a kind of a balance between work and party, I would say. While in
yeah,
Hong Kong, you would see like it's more towards work-oriented environment.
more.
So if you are a person who's towards like fully towards career goals or like fully towards work, then I would say Hong Kong is the right place for you.
Mm.
That's where
How
you.
how about you go chronologically? Like you came into Canada, what first thing literally impacted you? Like what happened? Like
The
how were
first
the streets?
the first thing that impacted me was that Canada has one of the not one of the like Canada has a good transport system, but after coming from Hong Kong, you're entering to Canada and you aren't seeing any MTRs or something that
Mm,
quickly transfer it around the city. Then you're like, damn, how can I navigate through it? So yeah, one big shock that I
mm,
got was like it is
honestly,
harder and it's more expensive to travel around Canada.
this is so true.
And
Yeah, Hong Kong has got like one of the OG sort of infrastructure in the entire world, and I
yeah, in
guess.
terms of
Yeah,
transportation. So that's
yeah.
one of the shocks I would say that I got, cultural shocks. But
Hmm.
luckily, where I live in the city, I have the buses, the public bus transport is free for me. So
Wow. It's not
that
the case for us. Like, I hate capitalism.
so
Being
so
in US,
yeah, I don't know about US, but for me, public transport is free, so I can roam around the city without worrying about money. But as an exchange student, you need to worry about money at some point.
hmm,
Uh,
US is like capitalism to its peak. So nothing no subsidy at all for students. Like even if you eat on campus, you don't get free, like cheaper stuff, and you have to tip as well. One big thing. Okay,
oh yeah,
for
yeah.
yeah,
How is the tip culture in USA? Like here, it is huge.
it's they literally make very weird sort of faces if you're not gonna tip them. Like they literally get annoyed at their extreme level, and like this is like I do like tipping people. I would tip a person if he's serving me, but in case like if in case of me serving myself, getting the food myself, and the other person is
Yeah,
just
takeaways.
literally
Like
giving me
takeaways.
food.
Why should you give a
Yeah,
tip on
yeah,
takeaway?
exactly. Why are they even demanding takeaways? And then they make annoyed sort of faces, and then you feel bad for not tipping them. So it's like one big thing. This is one big shock for me, in fact.
Wait, same in US, in Canada as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. But okay, for me, like when I came into US, one big thing was I first went to like downtown. So Hong Kong was extremely clean, honestly. I saw trash like cigarettes, like the empty cigarette packets on streets. The one big shock for me was that. And secondly, like people were literally like fighting on streets. They were like abusing each other at the
But that's
moment. And
USA.
I thought, and I thought, am I actually in Pakistan right now? Because I've seen that thing honestly, being grown up. And when I went to Hong Kong, I saw a lot of civilized people. So honestly, Hong Kong is a place that's extremely civilized as compared to USA. Guess which country? Like Hong Kong is like the most civilized place, I guess. Like people are very much civilized. They literally queue up even without any sort of guidance. In here,
Basically,
there's nothing.
they
Yeah, in,
follow
in
law and order, which
yeah, in
isn't
here,
in
there's nothing like that.
yeah.
And yeah, so that's the thing. And but like what I enjoyed about USA is that the people are loud. People compare it like a lot of people from like different countries do complain USA being loud. But I feel this is actually the essence of USA. Like the American people, they are loud and they're like very much clear with their opinions and stuff. They talk a lot in trains and stuff. So they're like very lively in this way. But in terms of like in Hong Kong, I didn't saw a lot of this stuff in Hong Kong. But honestly, Hong Kong people are very much civilized as compared to any place I visited. Literally.
Yeah, that's one thing. And the thing that I like observed is that like I didn't observe any trash here much because it is
Hmm.
like covered with snow all the time, and
Yeah.
like the temperatures here are like -15, -20, so it's the snow doesn't melt mostly.
Yeah.
So
Honestly,
even if there was a trash outside, I couldn't see it.
honestly, one big thing. Like I also went to New York as well, right? So New York was one big disappointment for me coming from Hong Kong. One extremely big disappointment for me. I have seen
Now I'm
similar stuff
curious.
in a very much clean environment. Like I've seen similar stuff like in Central and in
Yeah,
Shinsha, so at
Hong Kong
TST.
people.
I've seen literally similar stuff with more civilized people and with much cleaner space. Like I didn't saw trash on streets. I saw that in in New York. Literally swearing by God. The first time I literally stepped foot on New York, I literally smelled weed. I
Oh, that's
smelled
common.
weed.
That's common.
This is common, but like the first thing I smelled in New York was weed and urine. I went out, I stepped out, and I smelled weed and urine. Literally, people pee outside. I have no idea why, but I that even if even if like people do weed in Hong Kong in certain areas, you don't smell it on streets like very often. But in New York, every like the entire air, the entire aroma is weed.
Yeah, this same
Mm,
in Canada. Like you will see people smoking weed a lot. having like I would say vape a lot. And
Yeah, vaping is one big culture out there.
it's like
Even
I
like,
think it's integrated like in their
hmm,
culture, and they are
hmm,
doing this a lot. Apart from that, I would say,
I don't blame them honestly, because it's so cold out there out here. So like in order to cope up and like this is sort of like a coping mechanism for them, probably like heats up the
well, it
body,
go by
doesn't make
oh,
whenever it hits you on your head, I guess like you don't feel the weather a lot.
there are alternative ways to cope up, right? By wearing layerings or layers of sweaters or like having a good cap. Like look
It
at me,
still feels
bro.
cold. Yeah, it still feels cold on your face at least. It still feels
Bro,
cold.
have a neck mask or face mask. There are a lot of things, bro. I'm living here.
These guys are not obsessed with mask at all. They don't want masks.
But yeah,
It was kind of weird to go literally from using mask to using no mask. Literally, it
so
was so weird.
so
I,
like
I
I have a good news for you. Hong Kong has
mhm.
removed mask now.
Yeah, finally, this is so cool. This is one big good news for us. Wow,
So yeah, now
great.
we can roam around Hong Kong without mask, but we would see some
I,
different faces.
honestly, literally 90% of the people are still gonna wear masks. They don't
They
want to
are,
show
they
their
are, yeah.
faces. I'm damn sure. And you'll be like the odd one out, the imposter.
I know. I talked to a couple of friends in Hong Kong,
And
and
they're
yeah,
like, no,
they're still like wearing masks outside. But okay,
yeah, it's
like
gonna
I
take a
would say,
long while.
like it just had this rule, this like decision came out just like a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I would say
I guess,
it
yeah.
will take time to like change.
Hmm.
And the
Yeah,
fun
I
thing is
guess.
that thus if you look at the stocks of those industries, the stock market of like masks, stock index dropped, while the stock market or like the prices of the stocks for makeup rose up.
Yeah, but honestly, it's very much forecasted because like stock market works on sentiment, right? So
Yeah,
obviously the
like
sentiment is gonna drop
just,
according to the.
just look and compare two things, like the stock market of like stock prices of like makeup industry goes up. That's what I'm
Yeah,
pointing out.
isn't it good for us? We're gonna look at good faces outside.
But this like gives you a picture of how the market is or how the people are. But that's a topic
Cosmetics,
for another debate, I would say, or another conversation. And
cosmetics.
yeah, so
Yeah.
like in like in USA, what other areas did you roam around, or what other cities did you visit? Did you make
So far,
up there, or
yeah.
like
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
there?
Okay. Let's talk about this. So far, I've been to New York. I've been to New Hampshire. I've done snowboarding, skiing, and these sort of stuff right now, which didn't do before in Pakistan. Even though we have like certain good facilities in Pakistan as well
That's
for
that is like
skiing.
in northern
I
areas,
know. Yeah, I
but
know
like
Malam Jabba. Malam Jabba. I just saw it. Like there's snowboarding and skiing
bro,
facilities out there,
there are a lot of stuff
and
there. If you like ever
and we
visit
don't. Yeah, and
northern
we don't
areas,
know about it.
you will
I
be
have
amazed.
visited a lot, but
Because like
yeah,
you
I guess I
you
was.
are staying in Karachi, and Karachi is like
Hmm,
busy in its own work.
I
So
guess so.
you can't travel to those cities. But like if you go to like
So
northern areas where there are huge mountains and snow all the year, you'd see all of
mm,
those things out there.
yeah, I guess so. So I've been to New Hampshire. I've been to New York. I've been inside Massachusetts so far. I've not been outside the state, but I'm planning to go outside like during my spring break. It's just now. Like it's literally on the corner. It's like tomorrow. I'm gonna I'm planning to go Miami, I guess, and I'm gonna go Miami, Florida, visit Disneyland and stuff. One big thing I've done in USA is driving. I loved it. I literally loved it. Honestly, this was one big dream for me to drive on the drive in USA on right on the right side of the street with the wheel on the left, right? So it's like kind of different from Hong Kong and Pakistan.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
yeah, the steering wheel is like usually on the right side. I mean, and here it's like the opposite of Pakistan and Hong
They have
Kong.
different rules as well. So like
Exactly, but like it felt very different driving there because like um it's 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 obviously fun to drive in USA. You can just blast off the music and literally nobody cares because like people are doing the same. So it's
well
it's one.
Like at least we know who are the culprits for noise pollution now.
We used to do in Pakistan as well. We used to like blast off the music on streets and then just
Yeah.
drive. And you can hit like 130, 140 without even knowing that you just hit 130, 140. It's like one big taboo for me in Pakistan. People used to freak out when I used to hit above 100. So
But
that's
see,
one thing. But
like
I
our
love
roads in
drawing.
Pakistan don't allow that much speed, can't have that much
Yeah.
speed, and
And the
like a lot of
roads are not
traffic
like
as well.
that. Like
Yeah.
the infrastructure is like fucking ruined. So in USA it's nothing like that. So like obviously you can just run your car, drive it, play Tokyo Drift, and
That's
just enjoy the drive. That's one thing that I did, and I literally simply enjoyed it. What about you, Masood? You've been to a lot of cities in Canada so far.
tough.
You're literally done with your spring break, right? You completed
Like
it.
I don't know whether we have spring break or not, but like, I am done with my reading week. And
Hmm.
do you call reading week and spring break same thing in US?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's similar thing.
I
For
thought
us,
reading
it's
week was
like
like last week.
it's like spring break. So we get like a break in the mid of our semester. So it's like
You guys
getting
don't
a
have
break.
reading week.
Yeah, it's like 1 week of like nothing. So it's fine.
Oh, basically it's like okay, it's similar to Hong Kong's reading week and like okay,
Hmm.
like in Canada we also have reading week. So in the reading week I went to like Toronto.
Hmm.
I went to Niagara Falls. I went to Montreal. I was planning for Ottawa and Quebec as well, but like due to time constraints, couldn't do it. So I'm thinking about going to those cities by the end of April.
Hmm. How
Because
was Toronto? Toronto is a big city, right?
Toronto
Like,
was, to be honest, disappointing. If I'm coming from Hong
uh,
Kong, I won't say like yeah, Toronto is something huge that I should visit. But like in Toronto, I went to the well-known CN Tower. I went inside the
hmm,
CN Tower and went to the Skyport, and the view
hmm,
was amazing. And definitely, if you're coming to Toronto and going to CN Tower, you should go for a visit and see the skyline of Toronto. But I would say
hmm.
we would have a much better view in Hong Kong if you go to the ICC building, the which is like 100 floors, and we would have much better skyline view because Hong Kong is far better in terms of high rise.
Yeah, it's literally a concrete
Yeah.
jungle, obviously.
So apart from that,
It's
like
New York.
Toronto is like a financial hub for Canada, and if you're coming from Hong Kong, you would see similar things out there. And if you're coming from
Concrete
Hong Kong,
jungle.
you will definitely be disappointed by what Toronto offers you.
Wow, so it's
Uh, yeah,
similar.
but
Hong
like
Kong has got a lot of good stuff, honestly.
yeah, but like in terms of Niagara Falls, looking at Niagara Falls and like seeing it was just an experience that I can't put in words. You could like stand there and watch the water fall down huge heights for like hours, and you will just like question like what things God has created and how it's like these are things that are going
Yeah.
on the world and how these things are being going on.
Hmm.
You will
You
just
literally
admire the
admire
beauty
the
of the nature, to
beauty,
be honest, and
in honesty.
you just like thank God for His creation. I would say. Apart from
Hmm.
that, like I was going to Montreal was one hell of an experience, and Montreal I would say it's one of the most beautiful cities that I visited in terms of
Hmm.
nightlife, in terms of
Wow.
night, and there were good museums out there. They have good places to visit. There were good festivals going on. For example, when I went, we had a light festival there, and
Hmm.
the vibe was quite good, and there was music
Good.
out there, and people were nice. But one bad thing about Montreal was that people there speak French,
Is
and
it a bad thing?
but for me it's a bad thing because I can't understand French. So most
Try
of the time,
speaking.
it's a
Did you
bit.
did did you
Sorry,
try learning French out there?
I tried learning French back in my O&A levels just when
Mm.
I was curious,
Oh.
but that's like 4 to 5 years back, and I don't remember a single word I would say. But yeah,
Uh,
but in terms of nightlife, Montreal is a place that you should visit.
mm.
And but like
You sh-
you shouldn't visit in winters. I visited in winters, so it's mostly cold. So if you're visiting in winters, you need to wear a lot of jackets, I would say. But you have to do a lot of layering because temperature there goes as low as -40.
oh, oh shit!
So
Holy shit!
that's one thing that you should consider when you're visiting Montreal.
Hmm.
Now I'm planning for Quebec and old Quebec, and planning for Ottawa, and let's see how
Oh,
it goes.
yeah. But one more thing. How are you coping up with cold? Like it gets like a minus, right? It goes like below zero. Yeah, in Canada, it's much cooler than USA, I guess.
Yes,
And how are
there.
you literally coping up with that? Like, how many jackets, how many layers do you wear now?
Like if it's too cold, I wear one to two thermals, then a
Uh,
shirt and a sweater, then like a
I'm
huge jacket on it. So
I'm
basically,
actually wearing a shirt right now.
huh?
I'm actually wearing a shirt right now.
Bro,
Because in
I'm also wearing a shirt right now, but like because we are inside home, they have central heating system, bro.
central heating, that's a cool thing.
Yeah,
Just
but
don't
yeah,
have to wear them.
so yeah, that's my experience at the moment in Canada
Hmm.
for half of my exchange semester. Like I'm hearing that there's like if I get a chance, I will go to Alberta if I get a chance. If I, because like I've heard that you can see northern lights there. So if
Hmm.
you're able to
Wow.
Alberta, and I would definitely visit northern lights. Yes,
Just send us some pictures as well. We're gonna share it with
sure,
everyone,
man.
hopefully.
I would say let's visit. Let's meet in Pakistan. I would be in Karachi as well for a bit of time.
Hmm.
One
Let's
trip.
meet. Let's meet.
Uh,
Inshallah.
let's catch
Let's
up.
see.
And
Yeah.
from
Let's
from
do
from,
something.
from our conversation, I even got some topics in my mind for like future podcasts.
Oh, and one more thing. We have a lot of friends visiting a lot of different countries for exchange, right? How about
Yeah,
we get all of them together and ask about the exchange experience and everything?
we can even
It'll
do
be
that.
interesting.
Like we have friends in
Yeah.
New Zealand, and we have friends in different
Korea,
places in US as well, and Spain as well.
Spain.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the person in Spain has just returned, and we
Hmm.
have a friend in UK as well. So it's yeah, it could be a good
It's
series. I
interesting.
would say.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get all of them together, hopefully. So, what's next? So,
I would say let's end the podcast at here because it's already like half an hour, I guess. And
I
I
guess
think
so. We literally talked a lot today.
and we don't want people to get bored.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it was
yeah,
quite a while since I talked to Masood, so I think it's actually nice talking to him after such a long time. And it's actually been quite long after, like, since we
I mean,
recorded our last
it's
podcast.
been it's been a month. We haven't
Yeah, we
talked.
exactly, and then we didn't even recorded our podcast for like
Yeah,
how many months?
like
We
given
took a
this
very long
opportunity,
break,
yeah, given this
indeed.
opportunity, I would apologize to my listeners if there are
If there
that
are any left, we
we
did
weren't
this.
able.
We did this because of one guy's demand, obviously.
Yeah, though like we weren't able to like record podcasts because we were busy with our semesters last few months. So and this podcast has been like is being recorded because of a demand from one of our uh,
Very honorable
very honorable, I would say,
listener
listener, and
fan.
we are happy to like present
Let,
more
let's give it,
podcasts.
let's give him a shout out. How about that?
I think
So,
we should first ask him if he wants it
oh yeah,
because
he
we don't want
doesn't.
to like. But if
Yeah,
he
let's
wants it,
see.
then we can like tell his name in the future podcast. I would say.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right now,
Let's see.
I don't know. I'm thinking let's end this one and
Yeah, let's end
uh,
this one then. I'm enjoying my coffee. It's like literally ended, like
is
literally ended.
what's the name?
We
Chacha?
no, it's like
Charger.
charge,
Charge.
Panera bread charge. I'm
Okay.
like literally having my iced coffee right now.
Maybe I see. So yeah,
Hmm.
so I would like ask my listeners to like give us like I would just ask my
Feedback.
listeners give us some feedback if you have any, and
And if you enjoyed it, just
and if you,
appreciate a bit.
and I appreciate a bit if you have any other topics in in your mind, and if you want us to talk on those. For example, like for me at the moment, I'm thinking about like making a podcast on Chat GPT because it's
Oh,
one of the huge topic going all around. Like, should we
yeah,
use
we
it for
both love
academics?
AI.
When we use it for
Honestly,
academics? Uh,
honestly, I love AI. I want to talk
and
about it.
and there's a
Yeah.
AI war going on between like ChatGPT, Google, Bard, and like, Microsoft Bing as well is
Mm,
like in the race. So we can
mm.
talk about those things. We can even talk about, I would say, any further exchange experiences, or yeah, or any other
Yeah,
topic that might suit you guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
For
So,
for
so
yeah. So
yeah,
right
so let's
now,
end this.
Yeah, sure. So right now, let's say goodbye to you guys and we'll see you in the next
So
podcast.
it's so let's say goodbye. See you guys. It's Mubeen and Masood signing off
Signing off.
for this podcast. See you guys. See you guys in some other podcast.